I'm Dr. Hosmer. We want to show another exercise now that is another way to improve your hip flexibility and hip mobility. One of the things that a lot of people have trouble with when they're trying to improve the flexibility of their hips is the ability to get down deep enough into their squat without rounding out the back, losing the posture of their back, potentially injuring their spine, and not improving hip flexibility. So, in addition to some of the other stretches that we've already shown, we like to do a kettlebell goblet squat and hold that position in the bottom, working into some of the tight parts of that squat so that we can try and increase your range of motion. So we're going to show this from two angles here. First position, we'll show from straight on. We want to push the hips back, sink down into a good squat, and get down to the point where you're able to push your elbows out with your knees. We want to make sure that forward and back you feel good and balanced. Knees are at least over your feet, if not pushed out a bit wider. The weight is just here more or less to counterbalance and help you stay nice and upright into that squat. I would start with staying here for 5 breaths, but as you get more comfortable with the position and tolerate the position better, you can work up to where you're holding that for 2 minutes or possibly longer. As with any long hold stretch, when you come out of the stretch, it might be a bit uncomfortable. So instead of driving your way back up from here, consider just setting the kettlebell down, pressing back out, give your hips a little bit of time to recover. We're going to show that from one more angle so we can see what we mean about keeping the neutral back, rocking back and forth so we can keep good balance with this. So we're going to go down into the squat, initiate the squat by pushing the hips back, almost like you're bumping the car door shut with your hips. We're going to sink down, drop right down into that squat. I'm only going to go as deep as I can manage, keeping that neutral spine. We do not want to rock. We don't want to roll and compromise the low back. We want to maintain that healthy spine position, and then just sink in as deep as we can. We've got the kettlebell here for balance so that you can maintain a nice upright torso without feeling like you're going to fall over backwards, which is one of the limitations of doing a deep squat. If you're keeping your weight on your heels like you should, you feel like you're going to fall over backwards. So we've got our counterbalance here. We're driving the knees out. I'm also squeezing in with my legs as well to try and distract the hips a bit. And we're just going to sit here for as long as we comfortably can. Maintain that neutral spine, stay nice and upright, and work into that squat.